We're back in the shop working on the 59 Chevy. We've got the big block here. Clay's got a plan for that today.
Yep, we're gonna finish getting her put together. Hopefully get it ready to stab in the 59. So this is my goal for the day right here.
Okay, and Kris is with us, and Kris is back on the Dana 44 front end.
That's right. Here's our operating table with all the parts, differential, getting ready to bolt it together, and it's a big process, but it's a fun one. Stay tuned.
All right, we've got our work cut out for us. We'll see what we get done. Have the heads set on. Clay's torquing them down. Hey, Lilac. Oh, looks like you know your name. Hey, Thomas. Oh, hey, how you doing? You guys came to help with the engine rebuild today? Okay. So Clay's putting in the push rods, and they're sitting down on top of the lifters, which ride on top of the cam. And as the lobe on the cam spins, it's pushing the lifters up and down and pushing the rocker arms up and down and opening and closing the valves. So, Bird, how many engines have you overhauled?
Oh, man.
Now, let's be more specific. How many big blocks have you overhauled?
I don't want to tell myself how old I am.
I don't think that's going to make any difference. I think the camera's telling on you. You think you've been through 50 of them?
Easy.
What makes it a roller rocker?
It's got roller bearings. See there on the side here? They're in roller bearings, and also the tips are on rollers. See?
I might come by and pay you a visit tomorrow. Come by and check on your work.
Hey,
yeah,
better than check on it, come and do it. We got the rocker bolts going on now.
I'm setting the valve lash. This is a solid cam, so we have to set the valve lash on the...
Torquing down the intake manifold here. Bird, what torque measurements are you using today?
Well, this is what we call good and tight.
Okay, the German torque.
That's it.
We've got the long block together. Won't be long, be ready to stab it in the truck.
What I do is I get it full of oil, get the filter full of oil, and we're going to go ahead and put a distributor drive in it. And then we're going to prime it and get the oil pressure up, make sure oil is over everything.
Well, that's the easiest oil filter installation I've ever seen.
Of course. It's easy putting oil in too.
Oh yeah? Let's see.
Okay. We're just pre-lubing it by priming the oil pump and all the system. I'm going to run the drill, turn in the oil pump, and it gets all the oil up to the rockers and the cam and everything, so we don't fire this thing off dry. So
fantastic. Let's see it happen. The pulley is not compatible with the harmonic balancer. So what we're doing is we're pulling off the harmonic balancer. We're going to replace it with one that is compatible to this pulley, and then we'll give it another try. Got it?
Yep, she's on.
All right.
He said, I didn't know why my wife was mad that I told her I was more excited about going deer hunting than going on my honeymoon. And I didn't say anything.
Nope, you don't ever say that. You should know better.
Hey, not my thing.
Lessons learned. Why don't you tell us what we're doing on the old Ford?
The sediment bowl's leaking like crazy, and the old cork gasket that goes in here has just had it. So it's as cheap to replace the whole sediment bowl as it is to get a new gasket. So I'm just changing the whole thing.
We got Brent and Traven with us today, and they're going to help with some projects here at the shop, cleaning and organizing. So we need the tractor to get that done. Pino, never mind all that gas running down the side of the engine.
The engine, nothing. What about my armpit?
Oh, we weren't worried about that.
I noticed.
You'll scab over and hair up for too long. Success?
It's alive.
Traven and Brent have a great job going today. They are cleaning up. Derek stopped by, and he and the Bird are talking axles. It sounds like you need to replace the rear end on your truck. Is that what's going on?
Yep.
What year is that thing?
2006.
So what kind of a rear end are you looking for? I mean, you're at the right place. Look at the Bird storage over here.
Oh, man.
You'll have what you need. Yeah. You just need to dig through there, and there's more, you know, over in front of the Suburban. So we got
he needs an 11 and a half. So
11 and a half. That sounds like a big pumpkin.
He's got a big rear. This is 11 and a half inch. It's a American axle manufacturer who builds these. They actually use them in Dodges too and such.
We'll get this sucker on and going. Okay. So this axle used to be on the passenger side. Now it's on the driver's side. And we chopped this much out, about 8 inches out of the axle, and moved the pumpkin from one side to the other. A lot of work. That's sums it up pretty quickly, but yes, we pressed the sleeve down the center so that it's aligned properly, and then did all the welding, and yeah, now you can see it almost can't tell that it's been done. And then we welded on these C's on the side.
That's pretty neat. It's surprising that you can take an axle and make major modifications if you understand, you know, the basic components of the axles and which ones you can change, right?
Yes. We're simplifying it, but yes, you can. If you have the know-how, you can do it.
If you know what it is, you can do it. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Looking good. Almost ready for the axles to be put in.
Gotta go in slow.
Okay.
And this one's already in.
Another day, and we're ready to put this engine in. We're going to go ahead and take a minute and put the flywheel on it, and we'll go ahead and get it in the shop and get it put in, get it stabbed. We got Austin here with us this morning, and we'll see if we can get this thing together, and maybe we can make some noise with it today. How's that?
Hallelujah.
And to make this fuel line, you'll see when we put the brackets on, I had to build it so it'd go around the brackets and go up to the carburetor.
Okay, time to go in.
Alrighty. That's when I guide that and I'll come down.
The goal is to get this engine in with one stab.
Yeah, good goal.
First stab, the engine went in, the bird was true. We're gonna move it over and put it on the lift and tidy it all up. Comments, bird? I mean, other than squawk, squawk we've been hearing all morning?
Yeah, we did only have a little problem. The transmission about let go, but we'll get that fixed.
Okay, we got the truck moved over and lifted on the rack, and now we're buckling the transmission to the engine, or the engine to the transmission, however you want to look at it, and tidying up all the details that have to be done. Looks like we might be going for a ride today after all. Here we go, buckling the transmission to the engine. Taking the dogs for a run. Those dogs can't help themselves. That machine fires up, they get excited and barking and snapping and anxious to go for a ride. Kris has finished up the Dana 44, and we're gonna have him explain exactly what he did, and probably give some congratulations, because that is beautiful.
It's always a long process, always fun when it gets done. What we started with, we have a Dana 44 Chevy axle here, and then we have a Dana 30 out of a Ford Bronco. And essentially what we're doing is building this Dana 30 setup, but we want a Dana 44. So a stronger axle, it can take more abuse. These Dana 30s break pretty easy, so basically we're building one of these Dana 44 axles. So what we did is we took this axle right here, and we took the measurements off of it and used the same measurements on the Dana 30 or the Dana 44 up here. So as you can see, this is what we call the pumpkin, or where the carrier sits inside here. This is on the passenger side. Now it's on the driver's side. So it takes a lot of work, and essentially what we've done is we have chopped the tube on this side. As you can see, it was long over here, now it's short, and we have shortened this side and then lengthened that side, so that when you have the same dimensions as an early Bronco Dana 44 front axle.
Overall, you reduced the length of the tube, right? Because this Chevy Dana 44 is wider.
It's about, I think, about 8 inches, if my memory serves me correct. So we've reduced it, because this is a narrower axle than what is in the Chevy. Then this got all new carrier pinion bearings, and it got pinion seal, axle seals, all new U-joints, a chromoly axle on the passenger side, and all new hubs, rotors, bearings, calipers, pretty much the works.
Well, part of that is you switched over from the drums, right?
Correct.
The Dana 30 on their Bronco has these drum brakes, and you've converted to disc brakes.
That's correct. And also this used to have I don't have it here, but it was 6 lug. Now this is 5 lug here, which is a 5 on 5.5, which is what these early Broncos ran for a bolt pattern, or the early Jeeps were the same. So with this whole setup, now that you can have a disc brake setup in an early Bronco, and starting from an axle that was a Chevy, and now it'll be in a Ford. But Dana 44s, they pretty a lot of parts interchange, and so we've done some of that magic and interchanged a lot of parts on this between Chevy and Ford, and now we have an axle ready to go. Part of this process was these C wedges right here. They were on this axle over here, one just like this one, and we cut them off. As you can see, these are welded on, and these are welded on here. We had to cut them off and remove them. A lot of work.
And that was in what,
here.
2 episodes ago, I think.
Correct.
Is where you were cutting those off.
Correct. So those are now on here in the right position, and then welded in at the right angle. So it takes a lot of setting up to do this. It's not just cutting and welding. You actually have to set the angles of where the pinion is, and so that you have good caster, and this thing will drive good down the road. But so yeah, so here's the end result, as you can see, and it's nice to be finally done.
Well, congratulations, Chris. This
Thanks.
looks great, and great job.
Thanks.
If anyone's looking for axles,
That's right.
I think you would do just about anything, right? Not just Broncos?
Not just Broncos. No, we've done Jeeps, Scouts, and Blazers, a bunch of other things. So yeah, we do a whole bunch of things.
You try doing it without it.
Yeah. Okay. Clay's tidying up the carburetor, getting it ready to go. All right. Sounding good, old bird. What do you say?
So let's get it warmed up and broke in.
You ready, bird?
I hope so.
All right, bring her
We're gonna
alive.
find out.
Well, we're rolling. I gotta have one, bird. I'll never be satisfied with my 350 again. Big block is the only answer. That engine just sounds wicked. Yeah, now we're talking. Woohoo! Is it meeting the bird criteria?
Almost.
Almost. Woo. You gotta pick yourself with it. All right. Breaking this engine in. Gotta make sure it's right.
Here it is. We're at the end of the day. We've had a long day, but we've got a lot accomplished too. So the 59 has come a long ways. We've got the engine put in it. We got it running. We definitely got some fine tuning to do with it. We're kind of looking forward to getting it broke in a little more, running a little better, and then we'll be able to play a little more.
Yeah, we didn't want to push it too hard today.
Not yet.
It's not ready for that.
But we did get to go for a ride, and that was the goal. We had to have it in and running today. Kris even finished the axle today, so that's another one that we get to see. So thank you for coming and joining us today.
Saturday night, cruising Main Street.
It's a Brickman. Right.
Austin, have you subscribed to the Goat Bros channel yet?
I have not. I don't even know how to. I've never subscribed to anything
Oh,
before.
man, it's highly complicated. You have your phone.
Yeah.
Can you see right there where it says subscribe? Well,
Yeah, look.
I know this is challenging. You push that button.
Hold on. Just like,
Push it.
Like-
yeah.
like
well, you
that.
don't even push. You just touch it. Yeah.
Oh.
There, just that.
oh, turn on notifications. Turn on.
Bam.
They're on.
Did any lightning bolt hit you?
Oh, look. It says I'm subscribed.
Bam. Just like, give me 5. Oh.
Neat.
Well, how much is that going to cost you now?
Oh, cost?
what did it
Is
charge
there
you?
a cost?
Did it charge you?
No.
No cost.
That's sweet.
Well,
Can I do that twice?
thank you for subscribing. Now you can follow and you'll be alerted when there are new episodes.
That's
Good
awesome.
job.
Thank you.
You can be a Goat Pro too. Huh.